Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be showing you how I created this makeup tutorial, and I'm so excited to show you because it is one of my favorite looks I've done so far. So it is going to take a little while because it's back and forth with the colors and stuff, but trust me, you're going to like it. So I was filming this super early. It was almost 7 a.m. and yeah, I took my time. I really liked the way that it turned out, and it just looked really good. So first I'm applying this blue shade, but I forgot to put the tape, so I'm about to do that right now. And I'm taking the blue shade from the BH Cosmetics palette. None of these have names, but it is the pretty blue one on top. And I'm just applying this all over the crease area, and I'm making sure that I'm packing it on right in the crease. I'm going to go back and forth into the shade to get it as pigmented as I want it. So if there's any little spots, I just go back into it with some more color. So now I'm taking the purple shade and I'm going to apply that right on top of the blue. Again, I am just putting on the shade without blending it out, without doing anything like that. I am just patting it in and making sure that I like how much pigment there is on my eyes. Now I'm just taking a clean brush and blending that out slightly. I'm not really trying to blend out the lines. I'm just diffusing the purple a little bit. I also added a little bit more purple eyeshadow right here, and I'm just blending it towards the top to kind of start creating the gradient effect, to start blending out towards the eyebrow area. So now I'm taking a little bit more of the purple and applying it closer to the blue. I'm just gonna go back and forth like this. Now I'm taking the blue and I'm blending it into the purple, which is actually making the purple look a little bit darker. Again, I just took a little bit more of the blue and just reapplying it, going back and forth with the two shades to make sure that they are blended out. And I'm just using a blending brush and blending them into each other. This is a clean brush and I'm just concentrating on the edge, trying to make sure that it gets blended out towards my eyebrow, because I am bringing it up pretty close to my eyebrow. Like I said, back and forth, a lot of blending. Alright, so now I'm taking my Born This Way concealer by Too Faced, and this one's in the color Porcelain, and I like to use this one for my cut creases most of the time. So I'm just using a little beauty brush and applying it where I want my crease. I also looked up just to make sure that it was in the spot that I wanted it to, and just a little bit higher, because I don't create my cut crease at my natural crease, because then I would barely be able to see it whenever I open my eyes. So I do bring it up a lot higher, and I'm just like making sure that it's even and a clean line. Once I'm done with that, I am going just to tap it with the clean brush just to make sure that I get all the extra concealer off, so that way I don't have so much product. And I'm taking the blue that I applied at the very beginning and applying that on the outer corner of the eyes and on the inner corner of the eyes. Notice that I'm also going at an angle. I'm not going up and down. I really want to make sure that this starts to blend into the lighter shade that we're going to put in the inner part of the eye. So whenever you do it at an angle, it gives you more of the gradient effect, or like it looks more like it's blending into one another. So again, I'm just applying that same shade on the inner corner and on the outer corner. And I'm using the lighter shade that's right next to the other one and applying that closer to the center of the eye. All the shades that I've used so far are matte shades. And this one's from the regular BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, which is the white palette. I am going to go into the Take Me Back to Brazil, the Rio edition, for the center of the eyelid, which is all the shimmer shades, which is this one right here. And I'm taking the light blue shade, but it's very, very shimmery, and I'm just applying that on the center of the eye. And I'm going to pack it on, make sure that I like the blue that it's getting, and honestly, these shades are really intense. I haven't used a lot of the shimmer shades, but at least for this one it is, and all the other ones from the BH Cosmetics regular palette, I have not had a problem with them. They really do show up on the eyes. And I'm just going back and forth with the two blues on the outer part to blend them in. And again, just do the blending part to where it goes from one blue to the other. And right here, I'm just taking off any extra stuff that I had on top. So I'm taking the blue again, the same one, and I'm gonna apply this one on the lower lash line. And using the same purple that I have on top, I'm gonna apply that right below the blue and just blend it out. And you just want to pick up as much product as you need. I go back and forth so many times until I like how purple it is. And I'm taking the 24/7 Glide On Pencil by Urban Decay. This one's in the color Goddess. It is a dark blue eyeliner and it has a little bit of glitter in there. I'm applying this on the waterline as well as in between my lashes. And now I'm blending in the eyeliner with the eyeshadow powder. And I'm taking the ABH Aurora Glow Kit, but I decided that it wasn't like as sparkly as I wanted it, so I do apply this with makeup mist, and then I'm gonna go back into the BH Cosmetics palette and apply the shade that I have in the center and apply that also with the Mario Badescu water mist. And then after that I was like, I wanted a little bit more glowy so I applied the white one. And this palette has two shades. One's like a pinky white and then one's a bluish white, and I applied the one that's more of a bluish, and I'm applying that in the inner corner of the eye. And I'm just gonna curl my lashes, add a little bit of mascara so that way I can apply my falsies. This is the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. I was gonna say something after that, that's why it sounded like I was. And these are the iikonn lashes in Marilyn. So now for the face, I'm using the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizer and applying this all over my face. This one is for oily skin, but I bought the wrong one. I have dry skin. And I'm using the CoverGirl Skin Smoothing Primer to apply this all over my face and make my skin look really smooth for my foundation, which is going to be the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. And I'm just making sure my hair gets out of my face and applying this all over my face. This is a very full coverage foundation, and trust me, it lasts forever. I love this foundation. Lately I've been using it a lot. It's very, very full coverage, and I just love the finish of it too. It's super matte, by the way. So I'm using the Sigma flat kabuki brush, but I'm also gonna go over it with my beauty blender towards the end. I'm using the Coverfx Power Play Concealer and applying that on my highlighting areas. This is a very, very full coverage creamy concealer. I like it because I can apply it everywhere I want it, and then I can go in and blending out. I don't have to worry about that it's gonna dry too quickly or anything, and it just does a really nice job with the coverage as well. So I'm just using my beauty blender, getting really close to my inner corner and just blending all that out on my under eye area. And then today I will be baking. It is a full coverage makeup look, and I'm using the CoverGirl loose powder. This one's in the color Translucent Light, and I'm baking my under eye area. I'm also gonna apply this on my nose and everywhere that I applied my concealer. So now I'm going to take the same powder and just set the foundation. And I'm just tapping it in so that way I don't move the foundation around or anything. So I'm using the Anastasia contour palette. I know I'm not using the Lorac one. I'm trying to use other stuff. And I am just contouring my face. I'm going to apply this shade right here on the cheeks as well as around my forehead to do a little bit of shading there. And I'm getting really close to my hair so that way it doesn't look like really light for my foundation. And for bronzer, I'm using the MAC Delphic bronzer, which is this pretty shimmery bronzer. It is not as intense as it looks in the pan. It is a lot more natural looking and it has a very pretty shimmer to it. And then I'm applying a little bit more mascara, since once I put powder and stuff, sometimes it makes my mascara look a little white, like with powder on them. So I'm just going over that and applying it on my lower lashes and on the top. Alright, so now I'm going to clean up the contour area and the bronzing area, and I'm applying that same powder that I used earlier, which is the CoverGirl one. And just cleaning up the edge. And I'm removing the baking powder that I have around my nose and on my under eye area before I apply my blush. And I'm using the color Slumber Party from the Tarte Blush book. And this one's just like a very neutral, kind of pinky, but more like a neutral tone of blush. And then for highlight, I'm using the Soulmate highlight by Dose of Colors and I Love Sarai. It is such a beautiful highlight. It looks more like a wet looking highlight, super glowy. And I'm applying this on the high points of my cheeks. I'm also going to apply a little bit on my forehead, on the bridge of my nose, on my cupid's bow, and just all of the highlighting areas. And it is such a nice highlighter. I'm contouring the sides of my nose a little bit. And I'm using a blending brush just to blend it out. This is an eyeshadow brush. And going back into the highlight and applying it on my nose as well as my cupid's bow. I really just took my time with this makeup look. It is one of my favorite looks that I've ever done on my channel, and I'm really happy with it. I'm just taking off the powder that I had for baking underneath. And I'm using this combination first. This is in Lip Liner by CoverGirl, as well as the Natasha Denona liquid lipstick in the color Melted. And I say first because I'm going to apply another Natasha Denona liquid lipstick in the color Melba, which is a lighter shade, just to highlight the center of my lips. And you'll see me do that right now. So I'm going to go back and forth. I just move my lips a little bit to blend it out. And then I'm going to go back into the color Melted and apply it on the edges to make sure that it looks blended. And it creates a highlighted effect on the center of the lips. Alrighty guys, so that is the complete look. I hope y'all liked it. It is so cool to me. I really like the way that it turned out. And it's just one of my favorite looks that I have on my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.